Hey yo guys, Ruby Blue here, and welcome back to working on Extreme's Commission, where on this stream we will be drawing the background, and then lining the characters, and then lining the background. So this will probably be the second out of probably 3 streams that this commission will take up. And I have XtremeTuber here with me.
So you're saying that all that work that you did wasn't lining, it was just sketching?
Yes.
Well, if that's the case, then unfortunately I'm going to have to say that your sketches are so damn good that I mistook them for being lined. It's a strange way to give you a compliment, but it was a compliment, trust me on that.
And nobody else is with us at the moment.
Alrighty, I am home. I just pulled into the driveway.
Great. Didn't you say you had more references at home?
Yes, but I didn't need those. Those are the ones that I linked, because those were the things that have the multiple angles of Greenfield area.
Okay. Apparently this is the location that the 3rd Pokemon movie takes place in.
Apparently, I wasn't aware when I chose the location. I just wanted a nice field with a nice view of the mountains nearby.
Oh, that's cool, Songal. Congratulations on your shiny Wailmer. Oh hey, Larissa! What's up, girl? Larissa, you do know that you're allowed to come onto any stream you want because you're a voice actress, right? Larissa, do you have Discord? That's where we're currently doing calls. Yes, Larissa. I'm gonna write you my Discord, name and hashtag, or tag, or whatever it is, on Skype. So let me do that right now. How did your silver live stream go? It went great. We got to the second gym and beat it. Caught 2 Pokemon. Totodile evolved. Awesome, Larissa. Alright, I added you, Larissa.
Okay, can you hear me?
Hello, yes.
Okay, awesome. Do the voice actor thing, cause like I didn't know.
Yeah. Voice actors are allowed on anytime they want to. Come on. That's why Violet is on so often.
Hi.
So the only other person we have here is Extreme. I think Corbin is at work. And probably Crosby too.
Okay.
Where did Extreme go?
I don't know.
I'm in my room now.
Hello. Welcome back, comrade.
But I haven't switched to my desktop or my laptop yet. I have not.
Are you on your phone right now or something?
Yes, that is correct.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, Larissa here is the new voice actress for Dusty.
And is Dusty coming back?
Yeah, yes. Fairly soon.
Oh, okay.
And seamless transit. Shit. No. I need to make sure that my desktop isn't displaying the voices into my laptop speakers, then instead into my headset. Be right back.
Right.
Testing, testing. Please say something.
Fine.
Hello?
Alrighty, they're in my headset. You're in my headset now. Wow.
Oh.
That sounded weird. Alrighty.
So now makes Dusty transsexual. No.
No. Also, UNX Blaster is here, so everybody tell UNX Blaster how his Shredder model is amazing. And
UNX
so
Blaster,
cool.
your Shredder model is amazing.
You're lucky it's empty.
3D model E1X Blaster made is actually based on an old artwork of mine on my DeviantArt.
What was it called? It was called like Shredder posing.
Shredder likes to pose or something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
what it was. Oh my god, my dogs. Be right back.
Okay.
So E1, does this mean that we can expect a shade as well?
Oh god. That's probably gonna be even harder on him, because then he has to texture fur.
Well, yes, he does. He also has to get the proper mesh setup work, as well as UV mapping, and a whole bunch of other things. I know a little tiny bit about 3D modeling myself.
Okay, I'm back.
Yo.
Hey, no, don't fuck Shade. That's rude.
I
You
told
won.
you. I told you, Extreme.
You did? You did tell me, so I, But would he really refuse it if I paid him? Would he? He probably would. Shade is a nightmare to 3D model. However, technically, if I'm not mistaken, you might be able to take, extract the models from, shoot, what is that game? Battle Revolution.
Oh, yeah. You could do that.
I'm surprised nobody has made a Source Filmmaker-like thing with the Grovile and Mighty Anna models and made like a Manifest Art fan movie.
I don't have Source Filmmaker, so. How hard is it to model hair?
Very, very, very fucking hard. Hair is one of the most important things to get right in video games as well as in 3D modeling. Because
The most important things to get right in video games.
yes. Otherwise you have like really, really stuck together mops on people's heads.
The ultimate mop heads. What's it called? That one dragon Pokemon from Sun and Moon.
Drampa.
Head.
E1X Blaster, you should make like a low polygon shredder, and like a
That would be cool.
like if it was from a PS1 game.
Five-star jellyfish you can draw if you believe in yourself.
The power is in your mind to save the planet and conquer time.
Toot, Sonic Warrior.
I need to add that song to my playlist. In fact, you know what? I'll do it now. I'm gonna add it to the folder and see if it comes up some point in the stream.
Oh, I see what you mean. I was the setting for the third movie, because there's Entei's flower. Wow, that sounded really dirty.
Entei's flower?
Let me rephrase that. The Illusion Dream Flower Tower.
There you go.
Nothing can survive the will to stare at, 'cause if you try, you can do anything. Five-star jellyfish. Okay, it is officially in my music folder. Now, we wait and pray to RNGesus.
This location is a lot prettier than I thought it was just from that one image.
It is a very pretty, picturesque location, isn't it?
Let's see if I can find the real-world location that it's based off of, because Wikipedia is really good about that.
It looks very European.
I'm gonna say Holland. I'm gonna say Hollandy.
Looks like Iceland to me.
Iceland? Does Iceland look like that with windmills and stuff?
Iceland has a lot of very pretty scenic places. You know what? I got some other music ideas that I should add to this folder. Like a bunch of music from the Sonic OVA. Okay, there's the background in sketch form. Now I'm going to line the characters, but first I'm gonna go download some more music. So I got some ideas.
Wait, E1, why weren't you able to save it before? You have like a weird game glitch or something?
I remember when I first got my GameCube with Mario Sunshine, we didn't get a memory card with it, so I had to keep replaying the beginning over and over.
Why'd you get?
I think about as far as Rico Harbor, if that's what it's called.
Wait, what do you mean by voice acting? As in Mario games, like, no, they had the short clips.
There was a bunch of voice acting in Mario Sunshine, and it was awful. How many faves does it have, E1X Blaster?
My guess is 10? I know I favorited it. Just a thought. Everyone go to E1 X Blaster's DeviantArt and favorite the Shredder.
Adam, if you could link that, that would be great.
I haven't favorited the Shredder yet.
Someone could link that.
Complete. You didn't post the complete one. work in progress ones.
I don't know where E1X Blaster's DeviantArt is. Bum bum ba bum bum.
Can't post links.
Monk.
Yes, I don't know if you were here earlier, Larissa, but when I was typing on my phone, I accidentally typed Lonk instead of Link for talking about whether or not I could link things. So then I talked about how Link is... I talked about how Lonk is the hero of Tome.
He is, though. Lonk from Pennsylvania. Yeah, it was Zoroldo. Hold on, there was Lonk and Zoroldo. Pennsylvania and Zoroldo from New York. The true heroes.
I didn't know you had an Instagram, E1.
Yeah, that's the one stunt. I post the complete one.
Damn it! No, not that. Grr. There. That should be it.
Yeah, that's the full one. Little finger claws.
Uh-oh. I hope E1 isn't going to freak out over this.
What?
There's E1, I don't want you to freak out over this. It's still amazing. Don't take this the wrong way. It's still fucking amazing. I'm curious as if whether or not you were able to put Shudder's gem in ZBrush.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have his gem. I forget that all the time when I draw them. And too, I don't know. Wolfie, why are you screaming in chat?
Wolfie just does that.
E1, how many favorites does it have now? When X Cluster stopped working, please contact a Microsoft employer. Oh.
I think I broke E1 because he accidentally forgot the gem. Oops.
Yeah, it's pre-gem shredder.
But he wouldn't have the jacket then.
Before he hit puberty.
Is that what the gems are? Is it puberty?
It's a metaphor for puberty.
Oh no. right back.
Well, I mean, this is basically the start of E1 X-Blaster's professional career as a professional artist, so I am wishing him luck in his endeavors and whatnot, because that shredder is amazing.
This is the start of his spiral into psychopathy.
And neurosis. Oh wait, no. Psychopathy is a part of neurosis sometimes.
I'm back.
Hi.
Wait. Is that past you or present you?
Present.
Oh, this is present me.
Okay. Because I heard that on the stream too. A while back.
Oh yeah. I had to leave again. My dogs were being loud. My wild beasts.
Okay, I just added a bunch of music to the folder. Hopefully it shows up at some point. So, now let's line all the characters.
I feel like sometimes lining is the worst process, but also the best process.
It's the worst if you're not using Paint Tool Psi, I can tell you that.
Alpaca, I just use the fill tool, honestly. Or, not the fill tool, I mean the correction tool.
What size of line am I gonna be using? I think I'll just have the same size of lines for everything. Okay.
So, Ruby, do you know what Connection's favorite Pokeball is?
Luxury Ball?
That is correct. I mean, with all the art I have of him with luxury balls, it's probably not that hard to tell.
Fancy tile. Let me show you what I'm made of. Let me show you what I'm made of. What I'm made of. The line art tool is seriously the greatest thing about Paint Tool Psi. The existence of this tool that I'm using right now, it alone just about pretty much doubles or triples the amount of time that doubles or triples the speed at which I can do line art and in-betweens for manifest art and pretty much anything that concerns line art. But it's not just this tool, that's great, it's the pressure tool as well, which I have mapped to another key. Because I can do this. See this line right here? It's all flat, no pressure to it at all. I just take one point, holding down the pressure tool, and scroll to the left, and there you go. Instant smooth line transition to full density without any of the hassle of drawing it over and over like this, trying to get it right.
I feel like I'm listening to a commercial for Paint Tool Psi.
I would totally shill out for Paint Tool Psi. It's seriously the best ever.
And he's also going to how do I put this delicately? I believe the official term is when Paint Tool Psi version 2.0 comes out, he's going to jizz in his
That's not very light, please.
Oh no, Paint Tool Sci 2 is very, very, very amazing.
Is Paint Tool Sci 2 available in its full form at all?
I don't think so yet. Almost, though. Should be a nice Christmas gift, if I'm not mistaken.
Paint Tool Sci is the single best program for doing animation, and it's not even an animation software. Well, animations that have clean line work anyway. I mean, if you want to get it done in a reasonable amount of time.
Hold on a second, I need to test.
Paint Tool Sci is not on Mac, so I had to improvise. Use Fire Alpaca for drawing, and there's like a onion skin mode, so I just use that for animating and then export all the layers. Unless there's a Paint Tool Sci for Mac, but I don't think there is.
All I have to do for onion skinning is just to adjust the opacity of any layers, and then I can easily have some onion skins.
Oh god, Ruby, hold on a second. This might be it. Let me just check something out real quick.
Did E1 upload a edited version?
No, it's something else. I'm seeing English this time.
Hello, Roy is my boy.
Oh, E1, don't post your comic page at midnight. I'll be asleep and I won't see it.
I think he means it's midnight for him.
What time is it where you are, E1?
He's pretty much almost 6 hours ahead of wherever you are.
Okay. Yep. Did I kill all of my memory? Can you guys hear me?
No, I can hear you.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. I didn't completely destroy my memory. So what happened was, for the Psy technical preview, I opened a canvas of, let me see here. Let me try a slightly smaller canvas.
Is it like 5 million pixels or something?
I think the limit in this new version is something like 10,000 by 10,000.
100,000 by 100,000, Ruby. But okay, so
Huge.
My new canvas right here is. Well, let me just extract this really quick.
Roy isn't my boy either, unless it's Roy Mustang. Roy Mustang Taisa.
Roy Mustang's the only good Roy. Cloud is bad. Crazy Cry. So Cloud's worse than Roy, I think.
I was actually really surprised because Kirby was my main for quite a while whenever I would fight my cousin, and I was actually really surprised to learn that Kirby was like in the lowest tier. Because I would always beat him.
Down special. Yeah, I don't know why he's in the. Maybe it's because double sometimes. I don't think he should be in the lowest tier.
Alrighty, I have a canvas that is 10,000 by 10,000, created with Paint Tool Side 2 technical preview.
What are the limitations on the technical preview?
If you don't have a license, you could just, I guess, I don't really know, because I did some naughty things, Ruby. I did some naughty things. I'm going to pay for Paint Tool Side 2, but I did some naughty things to test it out. So let me just reinstall it and see what the limitations are, because I think it's really, really limited unless you buy the license. Which is still cheaper than Photoshop, by the way, because Photoshop costs $1,000 fucking dollars.
Doesn't Photoshop come with a bunch of other programs as well?
I guess here we Adobe Creative Suite, but technically yes, but it's also subscription based, which is no, just no.
Adobe Premiere is really nice though.
Why do they make programs like Photoshop and Sony Vegas so overpriced?
I honestly don't know why they price gouge the programs.
I think there would be significantly more sales if they just cut their prices by like 3/4.
Yeah.
3/4.
Oh god, my RAM is being destroyed. Not literally destroyed, but like programmably destroyed.
By what?
I tried to make a canvas size 20,000 by 20,000 and my RAM just said, "Ah, what are you doing? Stop, please stop."
In what situation would you ever need a canvas that large?
What do you do? Are you just trying to test the limits?
Well, yes, but I would need a canvas that large to make a full-scale size map of Tamriel, for one thing. Ha! See? It did do it! But yeah, to make a full-size map of Tamriel, I worked on it a while back, and Sai didn't let me do images bigger than 10,000, so I had to shrink the canvas, but I can use the actual real size of the in-game map now to create a full-scale map of Tamriel. That was one of my projects that I wanted to do.
But yeah, Kirby's really light. That's probably why he's in low tier.
Y'all are making me want to take a sketch break and draw Roy Mustang.
But yeah, I watch OKKO. It's really good. Golden Rights fills the void for Steven Universe, since that thing updates like once a century. Golden Rights don't talk about Enid like that. Show.
Who else did I play in Smash? I think I also really liked Link, another low-tier character.
Play Bowser.
I actually did quite like playing as Falco and Fox too, who are very high tier.
Yeah, Fox is fun.
And of course, when Brawl came around, I would play as Sonic a lot. I was also play as Ike a lot too. I don't know, I guess I just like sword-based characters.
Emblem sword fighters are there in Smash 4.
I don't know.
There's like
I haven't played it.
6 of them. Oh, really?
Nope. I don't have a Wii U. Or I haven't bought it on 3DS either.
Animal Crossing Villager is really fun.
Are they going to re-release Smash 4 on the Switch? I hope they do. It'd be really fun to get back into Smash. It's been years.
Ruby, this truly will be a time when you will be able to say "let me smash" without it being sexual.
I mean, it would still sound like that out of context.
Yes, everything out of context sounds different.
Context is important, and so are commas.
Oh yeah.
It can be the difference between "let's eat, Grandma" and "let's eat, Grandma."
Great. That would not be good. A literal family dinner?
Yeah. I've just had this random thought lately, like since yesterday, since I had like Subway yesterday, that if I were to work a minimum wage job, like a traditional job, it would probably be Subway. I don't know why.
I would not recommend that ever.
It's
for
fresh.
anybody, by the way, I'm afraid to say. I know many Subway horror stories. I'm not going to name names, but I know somebody that actually technically got fired from Subway for doing a fundraiser to help a charity.
Horrible.
still want to work there because I think being a sandwich artist would actually be pretty cool.
I am a sandwich artist at home. Ruby, I will make you your goddamn sandwiches.
Sandwich making with Extreme.
And plus, if you work at Subway, you get free lunches there during your shifts. Free drinks, free sandwich, free chips. I don't know if they have free. I don't know if they have free cookies though. But yeah, Subway is bomb. It's probably definitely in my top 5 favorite fast food restaurants. In fact, I could probably list them all right now. Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, Subway, maybe Taco Bell. And then...
Chick-fil-A's the best.
Then I'm drawing a blank there on the 5th one.
Try something as fast food. Fast food rulebook or something. Food and what's not.
So Extreme, why does Tensa have a star under his eye? It makes him look very, very fabulous.
Well, the interesting thing about that star, and he also has a heart on his back. You can't see it, but that's also another feature. In the games, you have the ability to quote-unquote mark your Pokemon. As it turns out, the game's metagamers decided to make that as, since there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stats, there are also 6 markings. If you have a perfect IV in one stat, you would typically mark that corresponding symbol. But that is not why I did that, and that is how I use it. I just use it because, well, those were the markings, and so I figured I'd actually put them on the Pokemon instead of just using them as a measure for how perfectly metagamey they are.
That's actually really clever.
That is. I would usually use the star to denote, like, a Pokemon of my team.
Whichever Pokemon I like the most.
And then maybe use a different symbol for an HM slave. And a different symbol for, like, a breeding. A Pokemon used for breeding. Like, someone with flame
Slave
body.
mark.
Or a Ditto.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
Oh my god, Flame Core from Sonic 06. My favorite music track from that game.
For Sonic 06 or Sonic Boom?
Sonic
Game-wise.
06. Wait, which is worse?
Yeah.
I'd say Sonic 06 is worse from a technical standpoint, but it's a lot more entertaining than Boom is. Or you get a lot more out of 06 than you do Boom. Plus, 06 is actually trying and not giving a middle finger to the rest of the franchise.
True.
But both are bad as a result of Sega and their horrible business practices and the way they treat their developers.
Can you guys believe it? Soon we'll be coming up on the 5-year anniversary of the first voice acting call for Manifest Heart.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Wait, Dusty wasn't in that, was he?
I don't remember.
Let me go look.
I don't think he was. Rip.
Add him in.
Add him into a video posted in 2012.
And like to the story. Or something, and that's why he wasn't in the casting call.
No, I'm pretty sure he was a character around that time. heard Sonic 06 was made bad on purpose. It's all a conspiracy. I wish YouTube let live streamers make their own emotes, because I would totally just steal a bunch of Twitch emotes and put them in my chat. Notable ones being OS Frog, Swift Rage, Kappa, of course, Kappa Pride, Kipo, Porgy Derp. By the way, for those of you who don't know, if you type Kappa in the YouTube chat, it actually returns with an emoji. Just capital.
Whoa, it does.
Capital K Kappa.
Holy crapsicles. So,
Ruby, who's your husband? All of you. You're all my husband.
Whoa.
You're not doing it right, Adam.
I think it's a lowercase k, I think.
No, it's an uppercase K.
I did it with lowercase and it worked.
It works for me.
Weird.
I guess it could be either. Don't put a space before it. If you put a space before it, it won't work.
That's probably why it's not working for some people.
How do you draw humans so well? Just take note of how they're all proportioned. Just look at references of real people. There's nothing wrong with drawing based on references.
You're also forgetting another thing, Ruby.
Huh?
You've been doing it since like 2000.
That just means I've memorized it mostly, so I don't need to look at reference most of the time. It's a trap, Crazy Cry? You're a trap.
Ooh. So, since Charizard got an X and Y form, I thought it wouldn't be fair for many of the other starters to not get X and Y forms, so I made Tensa have a Sceptile Y form, essentially.
Oh, thank you, Potato Cake. Thank you so much.
Potato cake.
For the super chat. That's a very rarely used function. I think only Extreme has used it so far.
Yeah, probably.
If I can remember. I'm not sure. You want me to draw Roy? Okay. After I'm done with Tensa here, I will draw Roy Mustang.
Ah, crap. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Ruby, this hopefully this isn't too late, but I'm pretty sure that you with your skill would be able to correct my mistake. I accidentally let you draw Palm Tree Sceptile instead of Oak Tree Sceptile. Like, Tensa's leaves are thicker and more Oak Tree than Palm Tree.
Oak Tree? Can you send me like a reference to Tensa looking like that?
It's like
lowland Sceptile.
Just make sure it doesn't appear on screen.
This life, I'm trying so hard to be strong.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Alrighty, the reference has been sent. And it said, it must not appear on the screen. It's unfortunate that I don't have more references that can appear on screen.
I can do, no one's alone. All the heavens, somebody will be waiting for me, so I have gotta fly higher. Okay, I'll try to drop that.
And this is sort of a mix between Sugi style, palm tree, and oak tree Sceptile. So if you like it more traditionally styled Sceptile.
Oh, I also need to remember to download the Sonic Mania and Shadow the Hedgehog soundtracks and get them in this folder. Shadow the Hedgehog is secretly the most underrated Sonic game ever. No joke.
I actually like Shadow the Hedgehog's game. Does that make me an edgelord?
No.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Oh my god, that was Dusty. That was Dusty right there. That was Dusty saying that.
That would
Shadow
be Dusty,
fanboy.
Dusty playing Sonic the Hedgehog somehow with his what the hell do you call those things?
Let me add a caveat. Shadow the Hedgehog is the most underrated Sonic game if you're playing with Japanese voices. The English localization is what really killed the game. Because they added a bunch of really out-of-place swears. Not that I'm really against swears, but it just...
He's just looking for the Chaos Emerald.
Out-of-place swears and weird, edgy comments like, "This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me." I'm not against swears in Sonic games, but in Shadow the Hedgehog, they were just forced and out of place. But there's none of that in the Japanese version. In the Japanese version, it's basically just like going back to Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 style. Everything's all good. So if you're gonna play Shadow the Hedgehog, play it in Japanese. In fact, play every Sonic game in Japanese. Never play Sonic games in English. Don't do it. You'll have a better time with Japanese voices. Don't be afraid of being called a weeb.
Well, you're only a Ruby. You're a weeb, but it's only really weebing if you like try to pretend like you want to be Japanese because you think that their culture is superior to your own.
And like you try to speak Japanese, but you've only learned it from anime.
Hey, no, that doesn't make
like
you
me, just like me.
Yeah.
Every time I see energy in Pokemon, I say it like energy. Oh my god, I do that too. I don't know why, but Japanese things always pronounce it energy rather than just saying their word for energy. And so that's the default way I see that word now. It's burned into my brain.
Because English.
They love English.
They do. Japanese anime and video games are like have such a Westaboo hard on.
I mean, for goodness sake, they have the word bedo when they even have a regular word for bed.
Bedo.
Biddle.
Don't even get me started on how Westaboo-y the Sonic series is. That's what gives the series its charm. The Sonic series is a Japanese take on American culture.
Is that why Casino Zone is a thing?
Yes! Whereas Pokemon censors casinos, Sonic is like, put a casino there, and there, put it there too, put a casino in the middle of the forest. A lot of people watch, what is it, shoujo anime, girl anime, so they pick up the dialect of the girls on the show. Me, I watch a lot of shonen anime, so I pick up a lot of the rude and informal dialects.
Heh.
Some people are like, baka, and I'm like, baka yaro!
Teme, kusaro tabe. Ooh, wait. Don't translate that. No, none of you translate that. No, don't do it.
お前はもう死んでる。
貴様話せ俺はぶっ倒した Okay, I'll be right back. I need to turn on my fan. Alright, back.
Yep. E1X Laster just caught up with past you, Larissa.
The stream's so behind.
It is so behind. It's like ridiculously behind.
Okay. I'm gonna take a sketch break and I'm gonna draw Roy Mustang.
Ruby, the stream is lagging way behind our voice.
Yeah, it's really far behind.
I don't think it's Discord's fault. I think it's YouTube's fault. It's easier because YouTube is known to fuck up like lots.
It's usually pretty good with lag and stuff. You should draw Roy and Roy fighting.
Roy and Roy.
The Roy from Fire Emblem and the Roy from Full Metal Alchemist, I think.
Who's the better Roy?
One fights with a sword, one fights with fire laser explosion powers.
Hmm.
So, is it a spoiler if I say that it's awesome that Roy Mustang said the line about he's not crying that it's raining?
Yeah.
That was so sad. I guess it's his way of saying,
also...
"Shut up, I'm not crying."
That is one of the awesome moments. Oh, hey, the song about feeling the sunshine is on.
This is a great song for Roy Mustang.
Well, he is the sunshine.
Whoa.
He makes it sunny out.
He's a sunny day all the time. Now that's an interesting thing. Full Metal Alchemist characters as Pokemon. Edward Elric would become a part Steel type.
Edward Elric would so be Lucario. Because it's short, it's a fighting type, and it's also Haganeno.
Which means that Al would become
Golurk. Golurk.
Well, I guess.
Whoa.
What do you mean I'm so sure that you have to see me with a microscope? I actually want to hear Edward Elric's rants about people saying he's short in Japanese. I've never heard them in Japanese.
The English version.
I honestly think that Vic Mignogna is perfect for English Edward Elric.
Yeah.
I do not think so. I think he sounds way too old. And at times he sounds like SpongeBob.
That is also true. And he does sound too old because Vic just doesn't... Vic can't really teenage. But honestly, I think that in a way, it does suit him because of the fact that he essentially got traumatized into being 3 years older than he actually is. It's hard to imagine that in the years that they give for their births in Brotherhood that it's 1899 and whatnot. How do they have a Gregorian calendar if they don't live on Gregorian Earth?
Tourism.
Oh my god. Wait, Risen Paw? Wow, Risen Paw is really getting featured a lot lately.
Hello, Vulcan.
Vulcan linked an awesome grow file. I really should watch Vulcan. Yes. There we go. Vulcan has now been added to my watch list.
Am I on your watch list?
I don't know. Do you have a website thing? If you have a page on that website, then probably not. But if you don't have a page on that website, then it would be impossible.
DeviantArt?
Nope. I'm not going to say the website on this stream.
I didn't know other websites use the term watch. They meant DeviantArt.
There are 3 websites I go to that use watch. DeviantArt is indeed one of them. In fact, the other places stole it from DeviantArt.
Oh.
But hey, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. It works. It gets the point across.
In a weird way, but yeah.
I'm watching you, artist.
Draw and Roy fighting. Roy off.
Alright, there's Roy Mustang. Drawn completely 100% from memory.
Which is still pretty damn good, because, yeah, that looks like Roy.
Yeah, that's really good for not using reference. Extreme stalks me? Extreme, is this true?
What? I don't have Larissa followed anywhere except DeviantArt. Oh, see, that's it. Follow, watch. What is the other one?
Subscribe
What?
on YouTube is one. Watch,
yes.
follow, subscribe.
Yeah, but see, the thing is with subscriptions, it makes it sort of sound like you're paying them.
Yeah.
Which you're not on YouTube.
My favorite anime is the first SpongeBob movie.
That was a good one. The live-action adaptation of the SpongeBob movie was okay.
That tail is perfect, Ruby, and is perfectly fixed.
Sonic Adventure 2 is my favorite anime. Which is not that far off of a statement.
I've also been watching on YouTube a series called Sonic for Hire. It's rather interesting, even though it is a severe parody of poor Sonic.
Isn't that made by like Dorkly?
A little bit, yeah. It's pretty much, I think. It's a machinima series, so probably Berkeley.
Oh, I remember Sonic for Hire. I watched most of it, I think. I don't think I saw the whole thing.
I think Dorkly is like one of those video game parody channels that like make the Big Bang Theory style of humor, where it appeals to non-fans of whatever they're parodying, but actual fans of whatever they're parodying hate it.
It does get a little bit annoying seeing the way they do those things, but yeah, it is that type of humor, I think.
It's
That's a
like
good way to describe it.
It's like they would constantly make jokes about, hey, remember that one time Sonic kissed a human? Eh?
Oh
it's
my
like,
God,
yes.
They did. That.
Yes, we
They
understand.
actually did with that.
We remember. It's not funny anymore. That was over 10 years ago. Okay?
Wow. It really was over 10 years ago. Sonic 06 is 11 years ago. There are people who were children during that game that are now adults.
Like
Well.
me.
Wait, no, wait, yes? I wasn't a children during that game. I was a
Say
teenager.
you wasn't a children.
No, I wasn't a children. Striker. Striker would be the stern grandparent of the group, knocking the kids around to keep them in line.
You better do it with the
blunt end.
blunt end of his blades.
Yes, the blunt end. I remember now. I keep forgetting that I remembered to forget about seeing Larissa's name as Larissa Lyoko.
I remember that.
So how does the name Lisco come about?
What do you mean?
Sounds vaguely Russian or Ukrainian, maybe?
Actually, yeah. Right. Just Ukrainian.
My mother watches Big Bang Theory all the time. Every time I walk into the living room, it's on.
Track. But then I realized, oh, it's kind of stupid. And they used the laugh track way too much.
Yeah. I also watched, there are a couple of videos of analyzing the Big Bang Theory on how it's like really, really fucking sexist towards men and women.
Wait, really?
Just like putting everybody down. It's just like a really cynical, mean-spirited sitcom that perpetuates like negative stereotypes of men and women. I think It was... I think the analysis was produced by, like, I don't know, someone associated with Anita Sarkeesian. And that's like a red flag right there, but in his defense, I think he did make some good points. He did back it up with evidence from the show itself. So I'm not usually the guy to believe those sort of talking points from people like Anita Sarkeesian's circle, but in his case, he did make a really good case for how the Big Bang Theory is like really shitty in that aspect.
So, specifically, Stryker has been around the sun 34 times. And I decided to make it since that he's basically a humanized praying mantis, that he can kind of get a little bit of humanity's lifespan. So in the wild, it's significantly reduced because of obviously all the combat that they have to go through. But I'm guessing that with a good amount of human care, they can probably live to be anywhere from 50 to 70.
What can?
Scyther.
Oh.
And so technically, Stryker is an old man because he's at least halfway into his lifespan, pretty much.
Like in canon, do they die of age?
No, of course not. The kids don't. The kids aren't on the screen long enough for their Pokemon to age that much.
Yeah, it is canon. You just go to the Pokemon Tower and they talk about Pokemon dying and being buried there.
Yeah.
Yes, but they did. She specifically. Why am I stuttering? But she specifically mentioned old age, though. I don't think we've actually heard in the games or in the anime. No, we have in the anime. Of Pokemon dying of old age in the anime.
There's no reason why they wouldn't.
Yeah, they're not immortal.
Unless they are.
Except for the ghost types. Because they're kind of already dead.
Yeah, it's a good point. Ghost types are pretty much immortal. And there are Pokemon that have really long lifespans, like Ninetales, I think.
Oh, that poor Ninetales. Brock looking just like her owner.
Isn't it a thing that, like, if you pull a Ninetales tail, it will curse you?
That is what the legends say, but that only applied in actually one game, which is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah, the first one, the first Mystery Dungeon.
The Legend of Ninetales, Ocarina of Poliwag. Ocarina of Dialga.
Poliwag's secretly the master of time.
Yep. You can use Palkia and Dialga come together to form Chaos Control.
So, who's getting a Marshadow?
I don't know.
Oh, I did. I went to GameStop and got a Marshadow.
So
I also bought Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time 3D. But the funny thing is, when I got home, the Ocarina of Time 3D case was empty. So I'm having my mother go swing by GameStop and present the receipt, the empty box, and then get the game.
Thanks for the box, but I kind of paid for the game. They did successfully give me Majora's Mask 3D, and I was playing that, and it's great. By the way, guys, I also downloaded the 3DS emulator Citra. I don't think I'm going to use it much, especially not for Pokemon, but god, Ocarina of Time 3D plays and looks so freaking good at a full, like, non-3DS resolution. Like, I was playing it at 1080p with a controller, and it's incredible. It would easily replace the original Ocarina of Time, even if the touchscreen is kind of awkward because you have to use your mouse on it to select some items. But it's so good.
I honestly think Citra is really damn amazing because I've used Citra before. They've even managed to do some main series Pokemon games at about 15 frames per second. So that's pretty incredible. Like, they have Sun and Moon at like 12 to 15 frames per second already.
Isn't that a bad thing?
No, that means that all the other games will be able to be emulated better.
What's the normal frame rate for Pokemon games?
30.
It's 30.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no. Mario Kart actually gets up to 60. But most of the other games get 30 standard.
She said Pokemon.
Oh, wait, she did? Okay.
Thanks for the extra info, though. That's interesting.
I think on some of the older Pokemon games, there are some random bits, like of non-gameplay stuff that are 60 frames per second.
That will be interesting to find out if that was the case. I don't necessarily know if the PAL hardware had the ability to run Pokemon at 60 FPS, but it could, theoretically. Also, have you seen those hilarious videos where people overclock their Game Boys?
Overclock their Game Boys?
Yes!
How do you even do that?
Or underclock it. If you overclock your Game Boy, like turn it from 4.88 megahertz to 8 megahertz, it basically doubles or quadruples the speed of the game. And you essentially can have running shoes in Generation 1, because that's all the game really does with running shoes. Running shoes initially was just programming the game speed to double when you press the B button, which is why if you pay attention, you'll be able to see trainers moving faster when you're holding down the B button. Yeah. And that's when you overclock the Game Boy in Generation 1, you can essentially create artificial running shoes.
I mean, I was playing Silver earlier today, and I noted that that walking normally in Silver without any running shoes or anything is basically as fast as running with running shoes in Diamond and Pearl.
Huh, that's interesting.
Because Diamond and Pearl is so freaking slow.
Yeah, that's the only problem I have. Diamond and Pearl is my favorite games, but the only problem is they're just so slow, like, especially with surfing. Well, they fixed that in Platinum, I think.
That's why I say that's all the more reason to have Gen 4 remakes, is because there's so much to improve on.
Remakes.
I think Tamashi Hiroka made a really good Gen 4 Pokemon review of Diamond and Pearl and pointing out all the problems with the game. She's a PokeTuber.
Yeah, I used to watch her.
Hey, Kid Flash. Although, while I was playing Majora's Mask 3D, it really became apparent how uncomfortable the 3DS XL is to hold when playing that type of game, where you have to have your fingers on the L and R button a lot of the time. And so I actually went on eBay and bought like a plastic controller case for my XL. Who's on the voice chat? This is Larissa, Dusty's voice actress.
Who asked that? Kid Flash.
Kid Flash.
And of course, the almost ever-present XtremetuberVII.
Omnipresent.
Looks like we're the only ones for now. I think Corbin's and Crosby might still be working.
Yep, Crosby doesn't get off work until about an hour and 15 minutes from now, which is unfortunate, because she'll probably be done by then.
We'll see.
Unless you want to do an hour.
Might be back later if this stream's still on. Thanks for having me.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Gosh darn it, I wanted the English her. No problem.
No problem. I wanted to say something earlier around the time we were talking about GameStop, but I forgot what it was. Oh, Marshadow. Talking about Marshadow, not GameStop itself.
Yeah, I also had something that I wanted to say that I just now remembered. So what are we all gonna do with Marshadow, really? It's a ghost grass type, right?
Ghost fighting type.
Ghost fighting type. Isn't that the most redundant typing ever?
No. I'd say normal fighting type is really redundant.
What? Why would that be?
Because they're both sort of normal, except fighting is just more sophisticated or organized. Whereas normal is more feral.
I guess.
Fighting is more
sense
technique, normal is more feral. Raw strength, raw speed, power.
So, now this is gonna be a personal preference thing, but like, would you say that it's possible to essentially, and this may be something that not everybody's gonna like, but quote unquote channel quote unquote flying type energy? Because in the anime, things glow with their elemental type. So would it be possible for, if you didn't want them to be a flying type move, to have Gust be a normal type move like it was in Gen 1?
I don't think so.
Like, I mean, if they're not putting any energy into it and just flapping their wings, can it still be a normal type?
Yeah, but then it really wouldn't be much of an attack.
I mean, I guess not. The Gust really isn't much of an attack to begin with anyway.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say earlier. Extreme, the references you posted to me from the third Pokemon movie really reminded me of how beautiful and good the original Pokemon art style was. And how I'm pissed that it changed, especially in Sun and Moon.
Oh god, Sun and Moon. They brought back Brock and Misty. They brought back Brock and Misty. And they look horrible.
This Sun and Moon art style better be a one-time thing.
It is. It is. Thank goodness.
The original Pokemon art style just looks so freaking good. The character models all looked just, like, unique. No other anime really had that style. There was something, like, just really sharp, but also sharp, cartoony, but also weirdly grounded in reality and realistic about the old art style. And I guess this pretty much goes for the new X and Y black and white art style too. It really isn't that much of a departure from the old one, just difference in eyes.
Yep, and Ash has always had brown eyes. They just never really drew it.
He was only had brown eyes in the high quality animation moments or during close-ups. He's always had brown eyes.
There was a time where there was an actual animation error where they didn't layer the cell properly. It was during one of the challenges with Brock, and you could see the brown coloring of his eyes that they would then put the pupil and everything else on top of. So it looked like he had brown irises, brown pupils, and everything. But oh my gosh, the first time I heard Sarah Natacheni take over for Veronica Taylor as Ash, I couldn't believe my ears. It was so horrible.
Yeah, it was. The voice acting in the first episode, all the new voice actors did was just horrible.
They should have at least given them time to practice.
Like, I legit don't even... Like, it's either... Even to this day, there's either something wrong with the voice directors or the actors are just just all around terrible actors, because I have not heard most of the main cast to have cast new voices have terrible, terrible acting. And didn't in the I Choose You movie, Sarah Nedichetti try to imitate Veronica Taylor again?
Yep.
How does that sound? I didn't watch it in English. I haven't watched it at all, period, yet.
I don't really know. I haven't watched it either. But there is another thing. There are two actors from the original show, the original cast, I mean. They return. Professor Oak's voice actor returns as Professor Juniper the male, who is Professor Juniper the female's father, and Gary Oak's voice actor never changed. Guri Inokido.
I thought it did.
Nope. It's been the same since day one. Which is why they gave Gary's voice actor to Professor Oak, because they are grandson and grandfather. So it kind of makes sense. I mean, parents and kids sort of sound similar sometimes, so I guess that would be a logical thing to change Professor Oak's voice actor to sound more like his grandson.
You're right, he always has had the same English voice actor. So is the narrator.
Yeah, but they also had him as Robotnik for a few times during the Battle Revolution era.
Battle Revolution?
Sorry, Battle Frontier.
Advanced series, I think.
A little bit of the Advanced series, yeah. It was interesting because he really didn't change his voice as the narrator from how he played Robotnik, which is kind of disorientating since I heard Sonic X before I heard the Hoenn series.
It's so weird. A lot of 4Kids voice actors do return in the new Pokemon series, and yet they still use the new voice actors. Like, Rachel Lillis, Misty's voice actor, voiced one of the Gen 4 gym leaders in the Diamond and Pearl series. For crying out loud.
I think they're slowly working their way towards having those actors and actresses back, but they're not going to replace the ones that are still doing the things. They're just going to reintegrate them into the anime, I guess.
I think in general, the newer cast has better... Well, not really. I'd say the 4Kids cast, even though a lot of their acting wasn't too great, especially in the earlier seasons, I still think they had much better acting. Veronica Taylor is a much better actress than Sarah Nedichetti. And Rachel Lillis was always great as Misty.
Rachel Lillis is also Jessie.
Yes.
And there's times where she's voice acting Jessie and her... I love saying it this way. Her Misty slips into her Jessie a little bit. So what they need to do is they need to combine the emotion of the new series with the voice acting of the old series.
I think they just, in general, need to either give the actors some acting lessons or get some acting directors to actually have them, not have horrible acting. Or, just generally give a shit about how the voices sound, if they don't already.
Where did he get that outfit? I think it came right out of his closet. And that's the joke that got left in. Yay. So, I forgot what Meowth's new voice actor is, but interestingly enough, the voice actor that replaced Meowth's original voice actor, the one that was the very, very, very Brooklynish Meowth, he was born as Adam Blaustein and then became Maddie Blaustein. That was one of the more interesting things that I learned during my time researching the voice actors and actresses.
Yeah, really cool. I think the biggest problem with the Pokemon anime's voice cast is that they don't take it seriously at all. They just think about it as an inconsequential, stupid, dull kids show where they need to make everything sound like this and spell everything out for the kids. No intense emotions. It'll scare the kids.
But hey, at least they call rice dolls for it. That's a plus, isn't it?
Whereas in Japan, like, voice acting in Japan is actually taken really seriously. No matter what the production is, like, the voice actors will always give it their all. Even it's like a really, if it's a show for really young kids, the actors in it will act their heart out as if it's their last performance ever.
Well, they also respect their actors and actresses a lot more because the voice of Satoshi is still the same one as when the anime started.
Yes, and that is one of the main reasons why I cannot watch the English anime. That's also the main reason why I play Sonic in Japanese, just because the voice actors are mainly consistent across the board. And from Adventure 1 to Sonic Forces, most of the voice actors have stayed the same. I think the only outliers being Tails, and that he was voiced by two young boys in Adventure 1 and 2, and then has had a consistent voice actor ever since Heroes, and Omega, I think, who had a different voice actor in 06 than he did in Shadow the Hedgehog or Heroes. Also, I'm really gonna miss Rika Matsumoto's Bakura. The last we will ever hear of Bakura's evil counterpart was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions movie in a flashback.
Is that because Bakura is dead, or...?
Yeah, evil Bakura is dead.
Oh, it was about time. It took him long enough.
The only way we could hear Rika Matsumoto's insane, maniacal laughter and evil voice again is if, I don't know, Satoshi gets possessed by an evil demon or something, and she gets to use that. She gets to use that voice. Yeah, but when Satoshi did in the Advanced Generation anime, they changed voice actors completely to have a male voice actor, a deep voice.
That's not nice. She can do deep voices.
That was a real missed opportunity because everybody would have loved to hear Satoshi have Bakura's voice. Oh, speaking of which, have any of you ever seen that silly little music video that Rika Matsumoto did where she's singing a song with both Bakura and Satoshi's voices?
Apparently, she voices English name Giovanni, Japanese name Sakaki, his Persian. Apparently, she voices his Persian. That's interesting.
Makes sense. I think Persian might have had the same voice between the English and Japanese version, at least in the Kanto Indigo saga. See you later, E1X Blaster.
to this day, they still haven't fixed the, let's call it an error, let's call it that, but it's really an awesome opportunity. The Rika Matsumoto leaking into the English dub where Ash is shocked by Pikachu during the Tower of Terror episode.
I haven't heard about that.
Yep, in the Tower of Terror episode, right after Ash plays a prank on the group with putting on a skull on his face, Pikachu shocks Ash, and Rika Matsumoto's "Yah!" is heard instead of whatever they would have dubbed him over with.
Oh, 4Kids. They died and then they reincarnated in the form of Ken Pontac and Warren Graft to ruin the Sonic series. But looks like we've killed them again. Well, almost. They're being sprinkled with holy water at the moment because Forces doesn't seem too bad. English dialogue wise.
Okay, I do not approve of this name change. Oh shit, Konami owns 4Kids.
They're now called 4K Media. All they do is Yu-Gi-Oh stuff now. They're only allowed to ruin one franchise, and that's one franchise too many.
Well, I mean, Konami also owns Yu-Gi-Oh, so...
I know, it's double trouble.
But 4K Media sounds like they're trying to actually make it sound like they're doing a lot of 4K media, so...
Nope, they're just doing the same old shit they've always done with Yu-Gi-Oh, making it really fucking stupid. And changing music. I think Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh are pretty much the only two anime to this day that are still dubbed like they're in the fucking 90s with terrible voice acting and music changes. Why is that shit still allowed to go on? Utter disgrace. Especially because their show is aimed at a younger audience. So they're ruining what could be a great show for kids. To where, if they come back to it when they're older, they can't enjoy it because it's shite. It's shite. If it were dubbed properly, they could, but as it stands now, they can't. When they come back to it when they're older, they're not gonna like it.
Bonds Beyond Time? Is that Jurai, Yugi, and whatever the hell dragon guy's name is?
Yusei?
Yusei. Okay. Yeah, why do I not know Yusei's name? Also, is it just me? Or is Jurai the only one that breaks the tradition of the main characters being named with a Y?
Yes, but I think his name still means friendship.
Well, Yujo means friendship, which is also an excellent pun because of Yugi and Jonoichi.
His name is still fairly similar to everybody else, though. It keeps the sound.
Oh my gosh, Kappei Yamaguchi is in Yu-Gi-Oh! Who is Lyman Banner? Daikakuchi. Oh, that guy! That's Jurai's instructor. He became a ghost. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this guy's voiced by Inuyasha's voice actor. This is amazing.
Yusei's your favorite, Phoenix. I have not watched all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes. so by default, it of course has to be Yugi. I've only watched GX and a little bit. I think the first and second season of 5Ds. I don't really remember much of it. Not really interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore since I think it kind of jumped the shark. It went from being a sort of relatable world to being just completely a universe that revolves around dual monsters, which I thought just jumped the shark. The way Yu-Gi-Oh! Started out, Duel Monsters was just another game, and it was just like a normal, universe. Just like our world, but no. It just sort of gradually became this weird futuristic Duel Monsters fantasy sci-fi show. You don't give Yugi enough credit, Phoenix Quill. The other Yugi, or Yami Yugi, is actually pretty athletic in the original series. I don't know if that was ever showcased in the second series, the Duel Monsters anime, but in the first series at least, and in the manga, other Yugi is like really fucking athletic, able to like dodge any blows that the enemy might deal him.
So, are you saying the other Yugi without saying his English pharaoh name?
That's just what I used to refer to him as, since that's what he's called most of the time.
Mo Boku no Hitori?
Mo Hitori no Boku.
Ah! I frickin' reversed it!
But you don't say it like that. If you're gonna say it, you have to say Mo Hitori no Yugi. Because otherwise you're just saying other me. You gotta say the other Yugi.
But what does it mean if you reverse it? Like, what is that? How does that change the sentence?
Me, other the.
Oh my gosh, Ruby. Japanese Yoda. Just imagine Japanese Yoda.
Yoda would sound like a weeb trying to speak Japanese, because he would say everything backwards. You just like take an English sentence and then substitute all of the words for their Japanese counterparts and just come up with like a completely broken sentence structure. Yeah, Stent. It's crazy how like little of a budget Sonic X appears to have to work with. The animation and characters are so off-model most of the time. It's not really that surprising as to why Sonic X didn't do that well.
Why does this have to do this to me? This is making it difficult for me to help this person get a computer. I just wish they'd let me help them build a PC instead of having to buy a pre-built. And they don't even really have to touch the PC. That's one of the things that I wish more people would know. When we talk about building a computer, you can physically screw things in and like put things in place, but you really don't have to do any of that. Building also counts as selecting the parts as well. And I know this is a random thing, but yeah.
I still need to upgrade my computer to have a better graphics card and a faster processor or whatever.
What is your current graphics card? Do you know?
GTX. Forgive me, I'm not really that techie. GTX 750 i5 something.
Alrighty. So in the future, if anyone asks, you can say 7, 8, or 9, or 1000 series. That will be. You don't need to say the specific card, but you can say those series. But yeah, that is a desk that needed an upgrade. The 750 Ti or whatever it is, either the 750.
TI? I got a calculator as a computer?
Well, I mean, all computers calculators, but yes. That stands for titanium, I think.
Jeez, that's one fancy-ass computer.
Well, I mean, Ti is the chemical... Not chemical. Yes, chemical. Elemental! Elemental symbol for titanium, so...
I'll keep that in mind whenever I next need to transmute some titanium.
But I don't know if there's any actual titanium in it, so it's weird. I don't know. Burb! Thick burb.
Roosting burb. If alchemy was real, I wonder if there would be any, like, PC building alchemists.
You better believe there would be. Though it'd be kind of hard because you'd have... Like, I know Edward described the process of alchemy as you need to really have the elemental as well as what you're trying to make in your mind's eye. So they'd have to have several different components. They'd have to have the gold for the silicon circuit board thing, and they'd have to have whatever the hell the circuit board itself is made out of. Actually, I don't know what that board is made out of.
Copper? Frankly, I'm amazed that I was able to even remove one of the faulty sticks of RAM that my computer came with.
Well, you're just pulling something out of a slot, so that's... Oh, well, after pushing down a button.
Yeah, I don't even remember how I knew which one it was.
It's probably a lucky guess that it was a guess that was stayed off. All right,
it was a lucky guess because there were 2 sticks of RAM and I managed to pull out the right one.
No, so it says there's patterning is copper, but it's not telling me what the actual green board is made of.
Plastic?
I hope not. I think it has to be more metallic than that. Wow, this is fascinating. I can't believe I've been PCing like this long and I still don't know what a freaking motherboard is made out of. You started this, Ruby, with the alchemist bullshit.
It's made out of leaves.
Fiber? Fiber? Fiber reinforced plastic. It is plastic. Wow.
It feels like plastic.
Well, I mean, it bends like plastic, but it breaks like metal.
And it smells like piss.
Only when it's burning? What are you doing to your computer?
Computers can get very hot when cats lay on top of it, okay?
And that means you need to add more fans, damn it.
I don't like having my computer on top of my desk because it makes me feel uncomfortable, like it's gonna fall over. So I put it in the cubby.
As long as the cubby's at least open somewhat.
It's open on both sides.
But yeah, I don't have my desk. My computer isn't a desktop either. It's underneath. Because, hey, if it's already on the floor, it doesn't have much further to go, you know? Luckily, though, most modern computers have an shock detection. So if it detects that there's a certain amount of G's applied to your computer, it'll immediately cut the power to all the vital components so that you don't, like, damage it.
Neat.
It's pretty neat, yeah. Plastic, though! It's fucking plastic!
Is plastic conductive?
Well, kind of, yeah.
Well, I guess
but
it doesn't.
also has...
I guess it doesn't need to be because of the copper inside. And in
Well,
fact,
yeah,
it would make more sense if it wasn't conductive. Because
Actually, yeah.
if it was an inhibitor.
Which would be the purpose of having the copper if there was an inhibitor in the first place. But I just can't believe that it's plastic. It's hard to believe.
It's made out of the same material that they use to package Barbie dolls, and that Barbie dolls are made of.
Material that they make cars out of.
You have a Barbie doll in your computer. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel fabulous.
Project Azoth? When are they gonna get around to that? Remind me what Project Azoth is. Pokemon Ranger a friend wants to know the history of your Luxray.
Ah, that is a good question. So, Hedgie comes from a pack of traveling Luxray that were exploring Hearthome City, and for reasons that I haven't really gone too much into depth yet, his egg was just sort of abandoned in Hearthome City, and so he grew up as an alley cat in Hearthome City, dumpster diving and a whole bunch of other things. And interestingly enough, he, during the time that he was in Hearthome City, actually saw the other Pokemon that is all the way to the right, mostly, the Absol. He was also in Hearthome City during that time. So technically, because Nero preferred to look at the contests, Hearthome City was his home as well. So they're both essentially from the same home city. And then Kin found him in the alley one day and asked him if he wanted to come with him, and he said yes.
Hearthome City triggers me, because that gym leader was not available for the entirety of the game, and after every gym I would go back there to see if it was open, and it wasn't. The gym leader was just being a goddamn giant diva.
Oh man, fucking Fantina, French fucking fucker. No, not against French people, just her. Just her.
Hello, Pedro.
But now it's Kalos, so Kalosian fucker, I guess.
Kalosian. Oh, that thing. Then we stop that? Didn't we stop Team Magma and Aqua's plans in Oras?
Oh, that reminds me, Ruby. I have an Unova Cap Pikachu for you at some point.
Oh, cool.
I'm not a Nova. I mean, original hat, a Kanto hat.
For me? You're just gonna give me one?
Yep,
Can't you only get one hat, like, at all, though?
that is correct. And I have the hat I want, which is the Ishu hat, and I did some trading for the other hats.
Okay. Cool.
I also had to create a new ID and everything because I lost my 3DS and I don't know where it is.
Aren't they currently handing out the Unova issue hats right now?
Yep, until the 24th, I think.
Adam, can you please remember to tell me whenever the Kalos hats start being handed out? Since I missed the Hoenn caps, I want the Kalos one.
Oh, I do also have a Hoenn one too.
Oh shit.
You like the Hoenn one, I guess.
Yeah, I do.
Alrighty then. So both an original and a Hoenn cap.
Both? Where did you get them all?
Trading, I just told you. These
Why
people
would people
trade them
trade them away though?
because if you need them to get the special Pokédex entry, and people always can trade them right back to you as well. That each Pikachu counts with its own Pokédex entry. It's a nightmare for completionists.
Interesting.
Like you'll see on the multiplayer screen thing down below in the wherever the PSS is, that there'll be people that are saying looking for Pikachu, especially that type of thing.
Well, on Discord, give me your friend code, and I'll remember to give you mine.
Also, Pikachu's Z move is ridiculously overpowered. Do you want to know how much damage it does as its base form? The answer. I'm going to tell you anyway, even if you don't want to know. The answer is 195 base power. It's almost fucking 200.
What's the effect?
Actually, I don't know, but it probably will paralyze the fuck out of you. Not the Pikachu, but the other person, if it doesn't immediately vaporize them.
Gotta do something to make Pikachu a little bit more viable. It's weird how the mascot of the Pokemon series is like not a viable option on its own.
It has critical hits landing more easily, apparently. That's all. There's no chance of paralysis. Though, maybe there is. I don't know.
So, are the difference between all the Hat Pikachu's stat changes?
Nope. I believe each Pikachu has the same stats.
What's the difference between them all then?
Just their entry in their hat. They have the same moves as well.
Okay.
Unless I missed something somewhere and somebody did some naughty things with their Pikachu. But the Pikachu that I got, there's no way that that's the same Pikachu that Ash uses, because its EVs suck. Like, I'm not trying to pure metagame here or anything, though. Like the hexagon? Yeah. Is it a hexagon or is it a pentagon? Whatever. The stat thingy, the things for all the attack, special attack, defense, special defense, it's barely filled in at all. And it also gets reduced in level for whatever reason. This isn't the same Pikachu that it could take out a fucking Articuno by itself. Oh no, wait, that was Charizard that did that. Speaking of which, why don't we get Ash's other Pokemon as event Pokemon? Like, I really want his Charizard.
His Seismic Toss Charizard?
Yes. Flamethrower, Seismic Toss. Let's see here, what else is there?
Tackle Attack! His Charizard apparently knows Tackle.
Body Slam. Body Slam. I think maybe Charizard knows Body Slam. Also, in the original scene where Ash is freezing in the cave, he's holding the Pokeball upside down. In the Ishu series, they turn the Pokeball right side up. There was literally no reason for them to do that, other than it probably triggered somebody's OCD.
I'm so glad I now have a compressor on OBS, so I'm not raping your guys' ears.
I'm glad I don't have to hear the sound all the time either.
Turtle Beach sucks. It does suck so much. Every mic I've gotten, there's been some sort of issue with it. On that mic, it was like that buzzing problem. On this mic, it's that the wires are tangled like fucking ramen noodles. Well, not tangled, more like twisted. You know something that's cool, actually? In the Kanto series, and I think a little bit in the Johto or Orange Island series, Pikachu used Thundershock a lot, but ever since, Pikachu has gotten stronger naturally, he has never used Thundershock again. It's always been Thunderbolt.
Huh, I didn't think about that until just now. Also, speaking of Thundershock, Pikachu doesn't have Thundershock in the event Pikachu either. It's just Thunderbolt.
Well, yeah, why would it?
I don't know. I mean, wait.
It's level 1, right?
No.
The event Pikachu?
No, the event Pikachu's level 25, I think, if not a little bit higher.
What moves does it come with?
Volt Tackle, Thunderbolt, shoot, well, it's basically the same as the anime Pikachu, so whatever the hell the anime Pikachu uses.
I wonder if Bulbapedia keeps like a list of the movesets of Ash's Pokemon.
It does. Iron Tail and Quick Attack. That's it. Iron Tail, Quick Attack, Volt Tackle, and Thunderbolt.
Since apparently the Pokemon anime, since like, I don't know, maybe Gen 3 or Gen 4 has been going by the game rules and having Pokemon limited to 4 moves at a time.
Yep, there was an Alakazam that used 7 moves in the anime, and that's why they decided to say, uh-oh, we can't be having that. That's not cool. But see, the thing is, Pikachu uses Elegi Ball in Ishu, but it's not in his moveset anymore in the event Pikachu. And I called it the Japanese name. It is Electro Ball in English.
It's Elect Ball in Japanese.
Yep. Eriki Ball.
I like how Thunderbolt is 100,000 volts in Japanese.
10,000. Juman is 10,000. Wait. No. Wait, Ruby. You were actually right. It is 100. Which is why the new move is 10 million volts.
The Z move?
Senman Boruto. You just learned how to say 10 million in Japanese. Senman. Oh! The I Choose You cap is also a Pikachu as well.
My favorite rival in the games or in the anime? In the games, I'd have to replay them all again, but in the game, I think my favorite rivals are actually Sharon and Bianca. But I also really did enjoy Hugh and Blue, and of course Silver as well. And also Gladion and Serena. Although Serena's on the lower part of that list.
So Ash's Sinnoh cap is basically just his Hoenn cap colored blue with the logo. That's not a very good change.
Hello, Mystical.
So the I Choose You cap is a mix between his Alola cap and his Kanto cap. Oh, I forgot to mention, Ruby. This Pikachu, the one from the event, it comes with its own its own Z crystal. It's specifically, and this name is probably gonna make you face palm. Peak Ashnium Z. You can't just go on ahead.
Speaking of which, I think from this point on, any Pokemon game that comes out that doesn't have any new Megas or any new regional forms is an atrocity. And somebody needs to be fired for it.
They have all the opportunity in the world to add new Megas, and that is not something that they should slack on.
We have not seen any new things like that from Ultra Sun and Moon yet, and I think that is probably the worst thing about the game so far. No, I didn't like Brendan or May. They were really boring. Wally didn't have enough presence in the adventure itself to actually be considered a rival to me. Being he only shows up twice for a battle. How, I enjoyed him, but he's not really one of my favorites. I like Gladion more. I'll be really interested to see what Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon do with how Gladion and Lily, considering they were such huge parts that made the game's story so great. How are they going to top it? What are they going to do different? It's basically like trying to remake like a fucking beloved movie that everybody loves. And what I wonder is, what is going to be the canon version? Which one's going to be the canon version? Or are they actually going with their alternate timeline thing, and so like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon's not going to have any megas in it?
Oh, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, at last I checked, it should have megas in it.
So one of the games are not going to be canon, and that sucks.
What do you mean?
Because Sun and Moon had a great story, and if Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon ends up having a great story, then that means only one of them can be canon.
No, not necessarily. It just means that it's a DLC for the original story.
No, it's a retelling of the old story, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. You could make it like
It's basically a third game. Like, it's basically an Emerald or a Platinum, except it's presented like Black and White 2.
Yeah, it's a hybrid of all three. Which is going to be interesting.
You missed Larissa, Mystical. She was here earlier. So what role is Aether gonna play? What role is Team Skull gonna play? We have a whole new evil organization, or maybe it's just like a secret branch of the Aether Foundation, controlled by Lusamine.
In another dimension, no less. Oh, wait a minute. I just had this wonderful idea. What if we're gonna get to see Giratina again because this realm is tied to the Distortion realm? Like,
nope.
The Ultra Beast dimension could be tied to the Distortion realm.
I think they're two different things entirely.
Well, I didn't say that they were the same thing, just like connected. And I also kind of am sad because of the fact that I don't think that it's gonna be able to blow our minds as much in terms of. It would have been nice if they didn't reveal that part to us, and then when we're playing the games again, we just see this city in the fucking other dimension. That would have been so awesome to not have it revealed to us.
Well, that was the only thing so far that actually got my interest in Sun and Moon, because it was Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, because it was something different at least.
Yeah, but one thing different isn't really supposed to make us all excited and whatnot. It's got to be more than just that. Like for instance, whoa, what happened to my voice there? Like for instance, the Ultra Beast fusion thing for the Nebbies. It's gonna be just like Black 2 all over again, except better, because Black 2 kind of sucked, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of sucked.
It's the inverse of Kyurem. Instead of Kyurem absorbing the legendaries, it's... Instead of one Pokemon absorbing the legendaries, it's the legendaries absorbing one Pokemon. Or getting infected by Necrozma, if you will. But I don't like it. I don't like the Ultra Necrozma forms of Solgaleo and Lunala. I think they look really dumb and tacky. Does anybody know if Pokemon marketing has ever been this terrible?
No. It actually started when they began X and Y. X and Y was actually the downfall of Pokemon marketing. And I can tell you exactly why. Because of Koro. Now, Koro is the Japanese magazine that has quote-unquote leaked things before, but when X and Y came around, every single new Pokemon was revealed before the game even came out. That has never happened before X and Y.
I actually much prefer that because I like to plan my teams before I play.
Actually, now that I think about it, because of X and Y, Game Freak actually started announcing every single Pokemon on YouTube, like in groups. And that's for people like you that like to plan their team ahead. They're like, okay, it's here, but we're not going to thrust it in your face.
I much prefer that to... If I'm going to complete the Pokedex and doing team building, then I much prefer to have it pre-planned rather than just walking aimlessly hoping I come across something cool and the RNG allows it.
See, I prefer that method, but that's, of course, different preferences, because it makes me feel like... Oh, hello there, person. Let's see here, who joined? Just a sec. Ah, Crosby!
Oh, hey. Hello, Crosby.
Hi.
Just got home from work?
Yeah.
Cool.
It makes me feel more like I'm having an adventure, discovering new Pokemon, as opposed to having them all laid out in front of me and then picking and choosing based on that.
I think that's a nightmare for a completionist like me because, say, I would have no way of knowing if Chansey was available in the Safari Zone, even if I had like 100 encounters, because Chansey appears at 1%. So I could leave and never know that I was able to encounter a Chansey there.
That's what you buy the strategy guide for.
Or just look up online.
That is the thing that we can do nowadays. I'm sorry that I'm a fucking old fart, Ruby.
Although I did have an Emerald strategy guide, and thanks to it, I was actually able to get the Reggie trio in Ruby and Sapphire back in the day before I had easy internet access. It doesn't matter now what happens, I will never give up the fight. There is no way I will run away from all of my frights. Long as the voice inside me says go, I will always keep on running. But until then I will never give up. It doesn't matter who is wrong or who is right.
So Crosby, you've seen some. You've seen me describe some of Ken's Pokemon. What do you think about seeing them all laid out here? This isn't all of them, of course, but what do you think about seeing them laid out here?
I think it's pretty cool. It sort of shows the history of your character, like for people he's met.
I have to wonder if the veterans in Pokemon are just basically people that have been training for 10 years or more. Like, what does it take to be considered a quote-unquote veteran trainer in the Pokemon world?
Just a trainer who's very skilled and has been doing it for a long time. Pretty self-explanatory.
Well, not necessarily, Ruby, because, I mean, would you really consider Connexon to be a veteran after only doing it for 9 years?
Yes, I would. That does sound like a veteran to me.
You know what? Now that I think about it, probably. If I played a video game for 9 years straight, people would call me a veteran of that video game.
I would call Satoshi a veteran, because in university he's been a Pokemon trainer for like 6 years.
Too bad the anime likes to reset him.
Not necessarily. They haven't done that since Black and White.
Well, unless you count this side story. Though they did make reference to the Tauros. It's kind of confusing.
There are only some moments here and there where Ash has to lose to, not necessarily lose to, but sort of get overpowered by a wild Pokemon every now and again. But other than that, he's been pretty consistent other than Black and White. People really overblow how much they reset him. Just because he lets go of all of his team doesn't mean he forgets everything he knew.
That is correct. And there's one thing that they show in Black and White, that Charizard is to the point now where not only does he flamethrower Ash friendlily, whatever, he also licks him too. He licks him too.
Instead of paralysis, he gets burned.
And that reminds me, Krogunk, no, that's the Diamond and Pearl series. I don't think you got that far. Do you know about Brock's Krogunk though?
Yes.
Do you know what happened in the Japanese version when they were talking about the equivalent of affection for Pokeblock and things like that?
No, never heard of that.
So, in the Japanese version, the person that was essentially going to be giving Brock the ability to do the Pokemon and Me equivalent of the generation was surprised to find that his Krogunk essentially already had max affection, which means that Brock's Krogunk only poison points him because he's jealous of all the girls that he's flirting with.
That makes a lot of sense.
Krogunk was basically Max and Misty's replacement.
Yes, but Max and Misty didn't have a crush on Brock.
Misty just hated it because she found his hormones disgusting, and Max was just like weirded out by it. Just annoyed by it.
Yes, Kid Flash, if you've played more than 9 years, which since I've played since 1998 is 18 years? 19 years? 19 years. Yes. Jesus, it's been fucking 19 years since I first played Pokemon? Oh my gosh. I'm old, Ruby. Help!
Wonder where Corbin is.
At work, maybe?
Quite late for him to be at work. Hello, Miki. Wonder if Adam is still here. It should be really late for him.
Yes. Also, I have to sneeze, so my microphone is going to be muted. All right. That's 2 sneezes. Why is it that after every time... Why is it that after most people sneeze, they're out of breath? Does that happen with you, Ruby?
No, but it feels like I just got done crying.
Oh, here comes another one.
Sneezing activates something in my tear ducts, I guess.
There's your answer, Ruby. There's your answer.
You'll find him? What was my answer?
That Corbin, you were wondering where Corbin...
Oh, I thought Phoenix Quill was responding to me asking where Adam was. But no, he was responding to when I asked where Corbin was earlier. I say we take back the Rees and take back the Pepes from the racists and Nazis and make it into memes that trigger us. Don't let good memes go to waste. Or get hijacked by Nazis. Did you hear that a bunch of alt-right and Nazi sites were getting like DMCAs by the creator of Pepe? Like the person who made the Pepe the Frog thing like didn't want his character associated with all that shit, so he like ordered DMCAs on all of it. I think he ordered like DMCAs on the Donald subreddit, I think 4chan maybe, and Breitbart, which I think is awesome. That means they essentially have to disown Pepe. So he's ripe for the taking. Let's take him back and make him a good, lighthearted meme, like he was always meant to be. He's taking a shower. I thought Corbin was known for taking really short showers, though. By the way, how do you know Corbin is in the shower if you don't live with him anymore? Did you just like call him and then made him get out of the shower? And it's for him to tell you that he's in the shower? Or do you have like a secret camera installed in his new house and you're watching his every move, Paranormal Activity style? Ruby, are you doing something scary tomorrow? What? Doing
It's
something
Friday.
scary tomorrow?
It's
Oh,
Friday the 13th.
oh, okay. So it's like 2 Halloweens in 1 month.
Well, Friday the 13th is especially a big deal if it's in October, I think.
I don't think so. I kind of was just planning on continuing Pokemon Silver and maybe streaming some painting of this commission. But I still haven't gotten to Outlast 2. And it's been quite a while since I streamed Silent Hill on this channel. I don't know.
What's the Unpheasant's name again?
A what? Unpheasant? Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Sally.
Oh yeah, Sally. Is Sally holding a Quick Claw?
That is absolutely correct, Crosby. I didn't know that you were a metagamer.
I mean, there's only a couple of items that I know about.
I thought it might have been a sharp beak from the reference you sent me. Oh, by the way, Crosby, Larissa was here earlier. You missed her.
I think.
Oh, weekdays. I sometimes forget that other people have obligations.
Yeah, Ruby, some of us have real lives and don't get paid to animate and draw.
Maybe I should get a job at Subway so I can empathize with you.
It's funny because I got some Subway on the way home from work.
Ooh, what kind did you get? What did you get?
Chicken teriyaki.
Awesome. I got a chicken teriyaki, Italian flatbread bread, the other day too.
Yeah, pretty much what I get every time.
Chicken teriyaki, bread, Italian bread, cheddar cheese, lettuce, jalapenos, green peppers, Chipotle Southwest. It was good. And it made me, like, obsessed with Subway. I can't stop thinking about Subway now. Oh, hey, Nathan. Didn't see you enter.
Oh, hello, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, did you guys hear about that new Tommy Wiseau movie thing?
What was it, a documentary on The Room?
I think, like, I just saw a trailer. I didn't really get an idea of what it was about. I guess it was like the inner working, sort of a meta film about the inner workings about the making of The Room or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I think I heard about that. What if the director of, like, Birdemic was actually given, like, a big budget and he actually made a really good movie? Could you imagine how, like, shocked everybody would be? You gave an inspirational speech to an irrational number? What? What does that even mean?
Flash, are you okay? Are you okay, kid?
What number is irrational?
Irrational numbers are numbers that you can't put in the radicant of a under the radicant of an equation.
You know, I wasn't expecting an actual answer. I thought that was just a typo.
Well, I mean, I'm taking a math course currently and being pissed off by the instructor as usual, because reasons. But yeah,
Are you going to college?
I am re-entering college. I should have finished college 3 years ago, but instead I had real life things that I needed to attend to.
What are you majoring in, and what job are you aiming for in the future? What kind of future are you aiming for?
I am going to rip apart the human mind, not with weapons. That is
Psychology?
That is correct, Crosby.
Oh, any minors?
Astronomy. Astronomy would be my minor, because I love space, and everybody around me knows that I love space.
Yeah, I kind of figured that'd be a major for you.
That's cool. If I were in college, I think I would like to take a class in geology or geography. I don't know why. I have a weird interest in maps and landscapes. Oh, hey, Mr. Duck. What's up? We're almost done here.
So, is Tensa wearing a focus sash?
No, Tensa is not wearing a focus sash.
Oh. Okay, because
Inferno is wearing a focus sash.
Because, I think in one of the missions or whatever you showed me, it showed Tensa wearing a focus sash, so I kind of figured that was his item of choice.
Nope, he gave that to Inferno because the focus sash is better for fighting types.
You know what Taco's favorite spot is? Taco always will find a way to be as close to me as possible that I'll let him. And so sometimes he'll come directly up to my desk, and if I don't let him sit in my lap, he'll sort of just slowly lay down in front of my keyboard or against my shoulder. But his favorite spot to usually sit, where that is very close to me, is under my desk on my footrest. So he's always sitting between one of my legs. Taco is also a very good nap buddy. He really loves to nap with me and my mom. Whenever we lay down for a few minutes, he'll always just sort of creep his way in and lay against me.
So, Ruby, is the next stream gonna be on Sunday?
Not necessarily. It might be tomorrow.
Ah, well, I don't have work tomorrow.
Guess what?
But
I'm done lining all the characters.
awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what the hell? I was searching up Absol on the fucking Google Images and I found this. It's kind of badass.
Or Nero. Cheer up, Nero. You have all your friends with you. It's you, Absol.
Found out the hard way, you can be struck by lightning in Breath of the Wild. Oh my god.
Is that type null, Absol?
Yes. Type Napsol. Type Nobsol.
Wait, where?
Here is the big ground, comrade. I'm not sure if I'm gonna line this or not. I might just paint it traditionally. I might do a view lining just for convenience sake. I don't know. I also wanna be like him.
Wait. Did you say you were going to be painting the background today, or not today?
No, not today. I might. The streams might extend for 4 streams. This third one being painting the characters, the fourth one being painting the background. But in any case, I think we're done with today's stream. My hand is sweaty. Maybe because it's been inside of my fucking smudge guard for 3 hours. Alright, everybody, that's it. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, for more Pokemon Silver, and probably more actually painting the characters in this image. So I hope you'll join me then. Peace out. Again, for the second time today.
Bye-bye, everybody. Corbin says goodbye as well, since he can't be here.
Bye.